We define reality with our senses, and I think that is one of the biggest delusions. So, the fundamental question is, can you believe in a future that you can't see or experience with your senses yet, but you've thought about enough times in your mind that your brain has literally changed to look like the event has already occurred? Now, the latest research in plasticity says that's absolutely possible. And can you select a new possibility in the quantum field and begin to emotionally embrace that future every single day to such a degree that your body, as the unconscious mind, the objective mind, does not know the difference between the experience in your life that's creating the emotion and the emotion that you're fabricating by thought alone, to the degree that you begin to signal new genes and new ways to change your body to look like the experience has already happened. Now,
Yes.
the latest research in epigenetics says it's absolutely possible. Now, think about this. Every day, installing the circuitry, every day conditioning the body into the emotion of the future, that your body begins to change to look like it's already happened. Now, this is where it gets fun, because now you no longer have to go anywhere to get it. Now it begins to come to you. You become the vortex or the magnet to your destiny. So then people who come out of their meditation and they say, well, I just focused on my wealth, why isn't it there? Well, you're not that good. If you're asking why isn't it there, you're back to the old person again. Stay in that state for an extended period of time as an experiment, as the scientist in your life, to keep your energy connected to the dream of your future. And then see what kind of effects begin to take place without moving into impatience, without moving into frustration, without starting to analyze why it hasn't happened or when. That is the trap of defining reality with your senses. So you have the thought of your future and you don't see it, then you experience separation. But people who are practicing this work, they have the thought of their future and they feel the emotion of their future. They're still connected to it, right? So that takes practice. And it's just learning, like hitting a golf ball, hitting a tennis ball, dancing the salsa, crocheting, whatever it is. You gotta start out staying real conscious and learning. Then you get good at it and it gets to be instrumental. It gets to be fun. And that's what I want for everybody, that the act of creation should be a blissful,
playful,
ecstatic, loose, free process. And so I love the idea of people taking time out of their lives to prove to themselves that if they're defined by the vision of the future, then they're not living by the memories of the past. And that's where the unknown exists. So many people, the unknown is a scary place. So they don't see that future because they're used to seeing that future with evidence, with their senses. And you have to be able to get beyond that and stay in the unknown, stay in that discomfort, and then in that moment to begin to self-regulate. Like, oh, I'm starting to feel a little anxiety. Ooh, I'm starting to feel a little frustration. That's the defining moment where your body's going back to the past, because emotions are a record of the past. Or you go into routine again. So you catch yourself. It's a victory. And if you keep catching yourself, those victories add up. And it's not so much about your wealth or your health or your freedom or your new relationship. It's actually about who you become.
The message highlights a profound concept that our perception of reality is fundamentally shaped by our senses, which can often be deceptive. It proposes a revolutionary idea that we can envision and emotionally embrace a future we desire so vividly and consistently in our minds that our brains and bodies begin to accept this envisioned future as reality. This notion is grounded in recent research on neuroplasticity and epigenetics, which suggests that our thoughts and emotions can indeed bring about physical changes in our brains and bodies. To achieve this, one must repeatedly think about and emotionally engage with their desired future. By doing so, the brain starts to form neural connections as if the future event has already happened. This process involves more than just positive thinking. It requires a deep, emotional commitment to the envisioned future. As you emotionally embrace this future, your body, which cannot distinguish between actual experiences and those vividly imagined, begins to respond as if the future you desire is already occurring. This phenomenon is supported by epigenetic research, indicating that our thoughts can influence gene expression, further reinforcing the mind-body connection. However, maintaining this state of mind and emotional alignment with the future you desire requires practice and patience. It's akin to learning a new skill, such as playing a sport or a musical instrument. Initially, it requires conscious effort and practice, but over time it becomes more natural and automatic. The process should be joyful and liberating, transforming the act of creation into a blissful, ecstatic experience. One crucial aspect of this practice is to avoid falling into the trap of impatience or frustration. If you find yourself questioning why your desired future hasn't materialized yet, you are slipping back into old patterns of thought that are grounded in your current reality and past experiences. Instead, you need to stay focused on your envisioned future, maintaining a state of emotional and energetic alignment with it. This approach to creating your reality involves regularly monitoring your emotional state. When you notice feelings of anxiety, frustration, or impatience, recognize that these emotions are signals that you are reverting to past patterns. These moments are opportunities for self-regulation and growth. Each time you catch yourself and realign with your envisioned future, it is a victory that brings you closer to your goal. The message ultimately emphasizes that true transformation and the creation of your desired reality are about who you become in the process. By continually practicing this emotional and mental alignment with your future, you not only attract the specific outcomes you desire, such as wealth, health, or fulfilling relationships, but you also evolve into a new version of yourself. This new version is defined not by the memories of the past but by the vision of the future. The act of creation becomes a joyful and liberating process, allowing you to live in a state of constant growth and fulfillment. In essence, the message encourages us to take time out of our daily lives to prove to ourselves that we can create a new reality by being defined by the vision of our future rather than the memories of our past. It acknowledges that the unknown can be a scary place because we are accustomed to relying on our senses for evidence of our future. However, by staying in the unknown and learning to self-regulate our emotions, we can continually align ourselves with our desired future, leading to profound personal transformation and the realization of our dreams. I hope you enjoyed this message. See you in the next video.